Hi, my name is Tom Morgan from Modality Systems, and I'm here today with James Rodd, who is the CEO of Modality Systems. I wanted to sit down with James because James was actually in my interview for Modality 7 years ago, and I was really struck by, I know, it's a long time.
7 years, a long time.
Yeah, I know. And I was struck by some of the things you said, James, and actually it was the things you said convinced me to come and work for Modality. And in that 7 years, Modality is now a much larger company than it was then. It's not possible for you to sit in on every interview. So what I wanted to do was kind of capture the essence of that interview, if you like, and capture it on film so everybody could see it and everybody could kind of get a feel for.
I admire your optimism that I'll remember what I said 7 years ago.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do.
So first of all, what are you looking for in somebody coming to Modality? You know, what's a good Modality employee?
Yeah, it's an interesting question from that side, and I say this time and time again, and I want people to want to come to work, and whilst that sounds a little bit generic, it's forced me to think a bit more about it and just say, one, you're looking for good people. I mean, that's a no-brainer, but what does good constitute? And it's not necessarily a know-it-all. It's not somebody that knows absolutely everything about everything, because you can't find those people. We're in a space, we're in a technology that is evolving and progressing at a huge rate of knots. And so really it's that, the ability to have the right attitude, not afraid of working and not afraid of change is probably the real underpins behind it. And then for the people that are here, I often say, I want people to want to come to work. Wake up in the morning and think, I don't mind going there. And hopefully slightly more than I don't mind going there, to I'm excited about being there and seeing what the day can throw at me.
And I know in some of the people we hire, they've heard of Modality, they know who Modality is, but actually in some sectors, and I'm thinking specifically, development, Modality Systems might not be a household name there. So what sort of customers can somebody be expected to work with, and what sort of size customers do we deal with?
Yeah, I often kind of pull this into a conversation, even with the new joiners, when we do the induction days, when we have new groups of people come into the business. It's really on the tone of what would you say to your family around the dinner table? Because if you and I started a bit of a tech off in terms of what you do on a daily basis, we would lose everybody.
Yes.
When you start telling the story that Modality exists as a business in 4 countries, we're founded in the UK. Multiple offices. We've got North American presence, we've got European presence in Germany, as well as Australia through Sydney and Melbourne. Beyond that, we've done work it's well over 100 countries. I mean, we've got a global pharmaceutical firm that exists in 102 countries, and we've worked with them for 10 years now, deploying the technology, adding to it, adding the development capabilities of software. In that right, and our largest customers, 360,000 people, second largest 240,000 people, all the way down. Smallest ones are around 50 or 60, but the bulk are in the middle of that range as well. So there is a very large slide with a range of very well-known organisations across sectors. We don't just we're a technology-focused business, not a sector-focused business. So we provide sector solutions. So we build pharmaceutical solutions, we build finance solutions, we work with retail, we work with estate agents, we work with manufacturers, public sector, fire services, police forces. The list is endless. I don't think there's a sector we haven't gone into yet, but it is fascinating. So no doubt that whilst the Modality brand may not necessarily be as well known as the majority of our customers, in our space and the reach that we have, it is truly global.
Yeah, and it's technically challenging as well, right? That forces us in a way to be at the front of like tech solutions, and that makes it, for me that makes it exciting, because
it is. Yeah. I mean, it's an industry. Talking earlier this morning, and as not being afraid of change is quite key. It's change in terms of the kind of company we are, because 7 years ago we were 20 people, 25, now close to 170. So we have to change as a business to adapt to that many people. There's rules, legislation, regulation, but I really try and keep the culture of the business to that, wanting to be here, wanting to work, and constant change. The technology angle, we do an awful lot with Microsoft technology. Microsoft are prevalent in pretty much every organisation, even if you try and defer to a Google or an Apple or a Facebook, there's always some Microsoft there. But what Microsoft's pace of development over the last 10 years has been unbelievably fast, especially in our space. We're on to the 7th naming convention and 8th or 9th kind of major version update of the technology we work with, let alone the evolution to cloud, let alone the integration with all the third-party components as well. So it's been a very exciting time to be here, and it's not showing any sign of slowing up either.
No. How important is development to Modality?
It's critical. I'm not just saying that because you're here and it's the part of it. It's for us, we become too much of a Me Too organisation if we don't differentiate. So our development capability, the awards we've won, the projects we've been involved in, what we give back to the community as a huge amount. I know you do personally as well, and that's fully supported. If you just rely on services that wrap around a vendor and you don't add any intellectual property to differentiate, how do you differentiate? I mean, this works for us as much as the customers we try and serve and look after. If we would just go to Microsoft, join 365 as a cloud, and that's everything you'll ever need, then you can do that. A lot of our competitors just do that. But from our point of view, it's what else can we do? What does the future look like? Making sure you're ready for everything, all the vendors, what Microsoft can throw at you, and others. But then how do we add value? How do we future-proof you? How do we make it more relevant for your people, your processes, and you as a customer? So without our development team, we can't do any of that.
All right, James, thanks very much for your unfiltered thoughts.
No worries, Simon. Thank you for putting up with me for 7 years.
No worries. It's been good.
Thanks.